Today I'm going to show you exactly how we create over 40 plus videos from one 8-hour shoot, and I'm going to take you behind the scenes on what we call our content engine, just to show you exactly how we shoot one of these days. We're going to look at our pre-production process, planning documents, ideation, the actual production day setup, and finally how we organize and deliver everything for the most impact. By the end of this video, you'll have a blueprint for creating content at scale, whether you're doing it on your own or you're working with a team. Let's get into it. So before we get into the behind the scene footage and the actual shoot day, I just want to tell you that it's so important that you plan your shoots and your content, batch create, guys. Like, there's no way you're gonna sustainably shoot that amount of quality videos in one day if you do not plan ahead. Most of the hard work is done in the planning. So we have this sheet here, which is a content plan sheet, and we normally break it down into a few sections. So the overall content planner, where we're looking at different angles for growth content, help content, and real content. Okay, so we try and cover those buckets when it comes to content. Growth content is what's going to get the views. Real content shows behind the scenes, authenticity, process, proof, all of that stuff. And help content is authority building, right? Now, the last shoot that we did with the client was doing a lot of promo stuff, which was okay, but it was just far too many offers and USPs, and there was nothing that grew their account. So yes, we got, I think, over 26 videos on that day, maybe a little bit more. This shoot is gonna be primarily about the real piece, because we're gonna be doing some podcasts, but ultimately we wanna try and grow their channels. We wanna get more views on their account, so we're testing loads of new formats. So you can see on this sheet, what we'll try and do is have a good breakdown of the pillars, so awareness, trust, conversion. Then we'll get like a rough idea of what is this idea about? What is we're gonna cover in the video, and what is the hook? And then we always reference an example, because there will be a content piece out there that has done similar in the niche or sometimes outside the niche. So you wanna be comparing and looking what else is going on. So our content strategist does this normally, and then I'll come in here and just look at the ideas and see which ones I think we should progress, and I'll just hit approve or add any notes on what I think we need to change or think about. So if you can see, going into this plan, most of this is all funny content, street interview style, trader questions, quizzes, games, just trying to gamify their socials. Their brand is more playful than most finance brands in their niche. They're not gonna sit through like hours and hours, and they have a short attention span. So they're not gonna sit through boring, mundane trading strategies and things like that. They're not gonna do that. And that's not really geared for short form content anyway. So most of this that you're gonna see on here is short form stuff. You can see we've like got 27 ideas, and then what we would do after we've done that is we progress it to our content plan shoot, where we actually then start scripting out exactly what's going to be happening on the shoot, which I'll show you in a minute. But just don't overcomplicate this. The way I look at research and ideation, look at what's worked in your niche or the competitors that are using content, what's working for them. Then I'll look outside of the niche and look at what content is used, working well for others. And then I just try and piece together ideas and formats. It's a massive testing ground. It's not, this is the best way to do it. It's a massive testing ground. So piece niches and formats together, things that have gone viral in the past, and you bring it over to your brand and your brand voice. So another thing that I would say definitely do, if you are sometimes doom scrolling, is on your socials, when you go to saved, have a folder that you can collaborate with members of your team on, which is like viral content. So as I organize my folders in a way where it will have like authority pieces, viral pieces, and I just collaborate that with my team. So when they come to doing strategy, they can go in this bank of viral videos and see if they can transfer any of these formats to the brand. But let's get to it anyway. Let me show you behind the scenes, because that's really the exciting part. This part is just, it's boring, it's needed, it's the most important, but let me show you behind the scenes of the shoot. Right, so over here we got podcast set up. We just got here early just so we could set that up first. The plan is short form growth content morning, in the afternoon long form trader breakdowns, strategy, and then we could take snippets out of that. And then there's key questions in the podcast that we know are gonna trigger some sort of emotion or debate. Again, we can cut that out for short form content. What we got here is our planning doc. It's on the top first page, you've got like who's coming. Second page is all of the videos, so all of our growth content. So today, this whole shoot is going to be mainly like viral growth pieces for socials, loads of them. Then we've got real content, which is just going to be podcasts, 5 different traders, and then we've got a structure for the podcasts. And we have a shoot tracker so that we make sure that we're hitting every shoot, what time frame we're going to be doing it. So you can see we're going to kick off at 11. We're going to finish about 5:30. So it's going to be a long ass day. So we're just going to do some stuff on the street, but it's prayer time where we are. It's mad busy. A lot of people say, oh, you can't shoot 30 videos in one day and all this shit. What would you say to them?
We're doing it.
I know, but what would you say to people? Because I was getting loads of stick on my socials, like, you can't, I'd love to see it, this, that. This is why I'm documenting it. But what would you say to like people that say that you can't get that amount of content from one day?
You've got the wrong team with you.
Ooh, buzz.
I think you can, as long as you plan correctly beforehand, because you can't just turn up to a shoot and be like, okay, cool, I'm going to get 30, whatever, how much content you got to get for the day. And you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to do it. But where's your plan in place? Yeah. Where's your strategy? What are you getting from the day? Yeah. Are you just thinking of the ideas right there on the spot? If you think of them on the spot, you're not going to get more than 5-6 videos, are you? No. So as long as you've got a good strategy and plan in place, I think it's very possible.
Yeah, I think the main thing, I agree, it's like people don't see the most of the work is done in the planning stage, like hours and hours. And then the day is just about turning up and getting the shots. All right, so first segment is done. We've shot, how many bits have we shot already?
Probably, I'll say
15, 16 growth videos already. Now we're gonna break out into the podcast bit. Try and get one podcast in before lunch just to make sure the setup's fine. Have lunch, and then there's going to be more people coming, so we're going to have to roll through the podcast really quickly. But going to plan so far, other than trying to shoot outside, was an absolute myth. But yeah, going good.
It's way more clean up than TJ.
Not exactly a course, but I went through TJ's bootcamp.
I do have a little bit of a difference of opinion. I do think.
Flown out to Qatar last year with one of the companies that we work with. I was already studying Forex.
Okay.
It's a wrap. Just to prove, because I know some of you don't think we get through that much content. How much content have we shot today?
Hours.
How many videos do you think?
At least 30, 40.
Stand on my tiptoes a little bit here.
Oh, Bob Download.
How was your first podcast ever?
Amazing.
Yeah, you enjoy it?
Very good.
Yeah, you done well. You didn't do so well at the quiz though, man. So we won't talk about that. Mads?
You know what? It actually was the best shoot we've ever done. I think that is probably the most videos I've ever done in a day. Definitely the most podcasts I've ever done in a day. 5.
You must be shit.
I'm knackered. Thank you.
Right, so that's a wrap. We're just clearing up now. Just going through the planning document just to see how much we actually shot. It's so hard because we finished on 5 podcasts. So you got to think 5 long form. And then out of that, I made sure there was quick fire questions in each one. So at least we can take out some like short form content. So just from that alone, there's going to be maybe 30 videos. And then we also done all the short form in the morning. You know what? I'm actually genuinely buzzing how today went. Loads of things going on and loads. Don't get me wrong, we didn't shoot everything, but days like this, I'm telling you, genuinely makes me know that I need my own studio. This is what I want to do. I want to help business with content. That's it. I want to do this because it's so rewarding. And yeah, man, it's a good feeling. I can't wait to get all this chopped up, see how it does on socials. That's the sick part. You have an idea, you then execute a plan, you film it, and it's like, right, how's this going to perform? Don't get me wrong, sometimes it flops. A lot of time it flops, but it's that exciting feeling. And then that actually makes money for the client. That's what I'm chasing. That's what I chase. Beautiful. What we doing?
Skiing!
What we doing tomorrow?
Skiing!
Skiing! Right, so I'm back at the office, home office. I don't normally film the content, but we filmed a lot on my Osmo. So I've got to upload all these files. It's not normally a me job, I ain't gonna lie to you. I go skiing, I haven't packed in the morning. So I'm gonna upload this shit as quickly as possible if my internet's having it. I'm so tired, man. Anyway, peace. That did not look good. Laters. So I'm back from skiing, a little bit battered and bruised, but we have videos back from the team, nicely edited. Let's have a quick look. One podcast is back, but without the shorts taken out of it. We've got loads of the games that have come back, which is pretty cool. Some of them worked, majority of them worked really well. Couple didn't, but that was due to the person on the camera. Sometimes we just didn't know who these people were gonna be, what they're gonna be like on camera. And we can warm them up as best as we can, but ultimately, if you can't put your words together or you're not confident, it slows down the production process, or the videos, specific videos might not go to plan. We might not get as many videos out, but luckily we had a good variety. There was only a couple that dropped the ball, but we expect that happens. So we've got 10 back. The games worked really well, especially the ones with the girls. So I'm excited to see what these look like. And the podcast looks absolutely mustard. Let me show you. Let me actually show you.
What has been your biggest trading mistake?
Not taking psychology as serious as I should have done. Equity Edge had that massive migration period, didn't they? Where we had people saying, oh, it's a scam, etc. and things like that.
But we have no control over the
No,
situation
definitely
sometimes. How many payouts have you had with us?
I think 3 or 4 payouts.
How much have you gotten from them so far?
6 figures.
Oh, really? Oh, I love that.
So this is a software that we use called Frame. The editor uploads it to this, and then what it allows us to do, if you can see, it gives us a chance to create a system. So you can see this one here, it says V3, right? Let me zoom in. So you can see this one here, it says V3. That means there's been 3 versions of this. Because when we're watching it, we're able to give feedback. Oh, damn, too loud. We're able to actually give feedback. We would just leave a comment down here, hey, blah, 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 and it's gonna timestamp exactly where the mistake is without us having to download, upload, review it. We can all do it within this software. So if you have an editor, you need to be using Frame. It's not crazy expensive, but it's gonna, again, help you with your systems and creating your content engine. So make sure you get Frame if you can afford it. When it comes to content production, we know organization's key, but we wanna eliminate as many blockages as possible. So this is how some of the games come out.
Fibonacci, 3 black crows. What? Here's one, I promise. Sprayed in the gap, but not ICT, so value gap.
I'm really happy with how it's come out, if I'm being brutally honest. I know it's only 10 videos, but there is gonna be so much content that comes out of that shoot, and that's not even with the graphics side of it. I honestly think this is gonna be the biggest one we've ever done, because from a podcast, you can pull 5-6 snippets if it's an interesting podcast, and we've got at least 25 short form games and stuff that we did. So I think it's gonna be the most videos we've ever created from a shoot, which I'm excited, and I'm excited about the type of videos because it was fun, it was more growth orientated. I want to see how they do on socials. So I just want to share with you how profitable our content can be for this client. It's so annoying when you put a revenue figure to something, but you kind of have to give it validation, proof, credibility. But I like showing you the receipts. Like, this is exactly how we track revenue for the client, right? So we use a software called Hyros, and Hyros is an attribution tool. So you have specific links and a piece of code on your site, and wherever someone comes from, so let's say they come from your Instagram bio, hit your website, they purchase, it's gonna track it. There's no denying, there's no like gray. They click the link, they've gone to the website, they've purchased, that is attributed to Instagram. So with Instagram, you can't put links on individual videos, so we have to look over the month, but for YouTube, you can. We've only done one YouTube for them, which was a podcast, but I'll show you anyway exactly how this works. So this is for last month. So based on the content we put out for them last month, You can see Instagram, they done 21.5K, had a big spike towards the end of the month. That's where they put an offer out on like a graphic offer. YouTube was just fairly consistent. That's mainly old videos, I've got to be brutally honest. There's nothing unique that we did there. We posted one, no, we didn't even post the podcast that got posted in March. So that's all of the old videos working. This is Twitter, just being repurposed content, and TikTok, repurposing from IG. So main driver is IG. Yeah, so they done decent, right? But we want to get these figures. I really honestly think by the end of our contract, we can get these figures up to like 50K. There's no reason why we can't be getting this up to like 50, 60K. So it's a good target to have, but I want to be getting their organic revenue way up. And that's why they've hired us in here to come and improve it. That's exactly how we create 40, 50 videos from one shoot. It can be done. You just have to be organized and you have to plan strategically. We covered the pre-production. We covered behind the scenes on the shoot day. I showed you what our editing process looks like and how we go through reviewing things, and the full content engine that turns one day into tons and tons of videos. Look, if you want to implement this business and you can't really afford to hire an agency and spend 15K, which I get, in the description below there's a link to my personal Notion board that I use for my own content production. So I just scale down what I do for my clients, for myself. The most important thing is that you have a system, something that you can follow, you can track, and keeps you organized, because otherwise you're going to continuously yo-yo with your content. What I'm going to actually do on my next video is I'm going to show you the best AI tool that can help you script your content in your voice so it sounds authentic, and it's going to save you so much time when it comes to planning out your actual content. That's coming up. So if you want that, make sure you hit that, whatever it is, that button thing, and you'll get notified when I drop the next video. Peace out.